It's been 15 years since the miners left Banaba. They took all they wanted and left the rest to rot. Nature has since hidden many of the scars, but not all. It seems no one recognises the older, slimmer Tebuke, and he makes the most of it, pretending to be a politician, and me, his secretary. When Tebuke finally comes clean, his cousin comes in with a welcoming whack.
I'm flapping.
Visitors are a rarity here, a cause for celebration, and the whole Banaban community, 200 people, turns out to welcome us. These are the lucky few. Many Banabans would love to move home, but their island can no longer support them. These people survive only because they receive $12,000 every month from Rambi. Today, Banaba is a coral skeleton. Only 1/10 of the island remains as nature designed it. Before mining started, it was just a leisurely stroll from across the island to Bukonakai, Tebuke's ancestral home and once the most fertile part of the island. Today, well, there's no trace of the village. It, like most of the island, was sacrificed for the cheap phosphate, which helped Australian and New Zealand agriculture to flourish. We didn't just ride on the sheep's back, we rode on the back of the Banabans. And what did we leave them? Not much. Boy, it must have been a pretty busy settlement in its day.
You thought it's a big city,
Yeah?
with thousands of people, Chinese and Europeans and Banabans and Tuvaluans, all mixed together.
For Tebuke, every spot we pass brings back memories, but there's one place which is special.
Dominic, my memory comes back gradually, and I'm quite sure that this is the old site of my father's home.
This is where Tebuke spent his childhood before the war. His family home no longer exists, but for Tebuke, as for all Banabans, it's the land and the sea that really matters.
I thank God that this opportunity at last came, and it fills me so sad to remember the days when I was young. I used to play around here and so forth. I started to learn spearing fish around this area with a very small spear, a rubber, very small.
Today, in those same waters, a new generation of Banabans are learning the skills of their ancestors. For Tabore Biramon and his friends, this is a daily ritual. diving for octopus. It's an age-old skill, one he first learned after moving here 4 years ago. Like many young people on Rambi, Tebuke yearned to visit the homeland he'd only ever heard about. Now he'd like to stay and have his sons carry on the traditions of their forefathers.
I think it is very important for them to learn, because what we have learned from our elders, we usually pass down the skill to our sons in order to afford, or they can survive, get some food.
This may look like a forgotten land, but for the world's 4,000 Banabans, Ocean Island is everything. Their identity, their spiritual home, their anchor. 50 years ago, Banabans thought Rambi would deprive them of all that. Today, they realise it is helping them keep Banaba alive.
Banaba and Rambi are the two homes of the Banabas. Rambi and Ocean Island will join together, nothing but to work hard for the better future of our generation. And I believe that that is the will of God.
Where would you like to spend your last days? On Rambi or here on Banaba?
If I'm given the choice where I'm going to be buried, definitely I'll follow my father. I want to be buried here.
For Tebuke, a truly remarkable journey is over. For half a century, he has charted a course through anger, disbelief, and resignation. Today, he's finally arrived at an acceptance of history and hope for the future.
I have changed so much in my attitude. Before, nothing but politics, fighting and struggling. This is ours and that's not yours. But now I'm so glad that I have a different way of looking at things now. The past gone, but the future is very important now.
Dominic Schwartz on Banaba, a South Pacific island stripped of its riches, but not entirely of its hope. Well, that's it for Foreign Correspondent for another year. If you've enjoyed travelling the world with us, we'd like you to join us again next year, Tuesday evenings at 9:30, starting on February the 13th. George will be back with us by then, so for me, Peter George, and the rest of us, good night.